So hello and welcome to episode 16 of our Aston Martin Save. Now, we've got to develop the car, we understand that, and we've put 3 new projects, designs for this season to try and improve us towards the end of this season. I know we've only got sort of 5 or 6 races left, but I feel we've got to try and keep improving the car, and then going into next season we'll have a better starting point. There's only minor technical changes. All these improvements are aimed at improving the high speed that we've got on the acceleration, rear wing side pods, and suspension is intense as well. The suspension, we've probably got the worst suspension on the grid bar Williams. The suspension is going to be a big thing for us. We've got 4 engineers on it and it's all going to come in around 25, 26 days time. It should be a big improvement for the car and hopefully allow us to move towards the front of the grid, or at least just away from the back. And as we're absolutely poor in the suspension department, we're going to upgrade the suspension simulator. That should hopefully get us some more expertise in this area and allow us to improve the suspension on the car a little bit better and a little bit quicker. So $10 million, a lot of money to spend, takes us down to $7 million, but we need to keep improving the facilities as well as the car. Must have, I think. And this episode, it is the Monza Grand Prix, the Italian Grand Prix, 53 laps around this circuit, first race in 1950. Rubens Barrichello is the lap record holder. Friday practice, we're going to have a little bit of rain, so I'm going to be taking charge of that. And then we've got Saturday, Sunday. Historic safety car chances 100%. We haven't seen a safety car for a little while now in our previous races. Car attributes, I don't really want to look at because it doesn't suit our car. Expected strategies is a one-stop going from medium to soft, or soft to medium, depending on your preference. The hard compound tyre is not optimal around this circuit, so I'm going to get stuck into practice as ever. Try and get 100%. Not that it matters, and maybe we might even drop Sebastian Vettel for this race. Depending on what happens in practice, I'm going to give Nico Hülkenberg a run, and then we'll see who is on the grid for qualifying on Saturday.
Welcome to Life in the Fast Lane. We're here at Monza in Italy, the home of Ferrari. But who will take home the points this weekend? Let's find out as we get started with the Italian Grand Prix. Monza, a centurion among circuits, dripping with motorsport history. Expect to see cars fly by, as 80% of the track is tackled at full throttle. It's not all go, however, and brakes can be prone to overheating through the tight chicanes that Monza has to offer. With the season nearly concluded, time is running out for the teams. Can anyone make a last-minute breakthrough? Can the leading drivers hold on? Only time will tell. Okay then. Let's get to it. Taking a look again.
Just to show you that it doesn't just happen in the race.
Oh, they've lost it. They've locked up.
What a guy. What a guy.
Take a closer look.
By the way, this is all in practice 1. So I'm just highlighting that it's just not just in the races. Sebastian Vettel ran wide and spun within the first 10 minutes of practice 1. Dear oh dear. So here we go then, we are riding on board with Sebastian Vettel, who is currently sat in P15 for a change. We have had to take some new engines, all our engines were worn sort of below 50%, knocking around 45s. Felt it were necessary. We've got a fresh engine in both cars, but that does mean that we do take a couple of grid penalties for this weekend, as they weren't in our allotted, allocated engine amount that we're allowed at the start of the season. So it's not going to make too much a difference. I mean, you watch, this will be the time where we actually get through to Q2. But P15 at the moment for Sebastian Vettel. I can imagine both our guys will be starting very much at the back. We showed some pace in P1. I know we were showing Sebastian Vettel spinning off a couple of times and it wasn't fantastic, but he did set the 6th quickest time of the session, but that was on soft compound tyres, and then we did switch to intermediates. We have seen 17th and 18th in a couple of the other practice sessions. It'll be interesting to see if Sebastian can make it through to Q2 here. The pace of Sebastian all through the season has not been as bad as the results have shown. It's just been the mistakes that we're all very much aware of if you've been watching from the start. So we're hoping that Sebastian can do okay. He's got 3 months left in F1, unless somebody else picks him up. Now, I feel that it's possibly time to just let him ride it out. Hopefully he will manage to pull off a result at some point. And he has scored some points in this championship, so at the moment he is through to Q2, barring Kevin Magnussen. Kevin Magnussen is here. Is Kevin Magnussen going to break hearts and knock Sebastian Vettel out of Q2? Stop him getting through to Q2. Q1 at the moment. Can Kevin Magnussen improve? He does, and he does knock Sebastian Vettel out. P16 though, we did beat a Haas, which is positive, and we wasn't miles away. What were we? Less than a tenth of a second off Yuki Tsunoda, so some positives there. Not the worst qualifying. We are going to be starting from the back anyway with the grid penalty, so we'll see how that goes. Let's get to the strategies. So we are going to split the strategies now. Just have a look at this strategy screen. As we can see on the right hand side, we reckon that strategy C is the quickest. Now, I wasn't expecting to use the hard compounder tyres this weekend, but we're going to put Lance Stroll on medium to hards and let him really sort of attack. As for Sebastian Vettel, he's going to be on the mediums, then going on to the soft compounder tyre. Both guys, as you can see, with a lot of confidence. So, splitting the strategies, but both starting on the medium compounder tyre. Lance has got the freedom to attack that little bit more, so it'll be interesting to see if that is the quicker strategy. So, let's get down now to 5 red lights and see if we can somehow pick up some points.
And there's Sebastian Vettel. With their starting position in the back 10, they'll have their work cut out for them. There's Lance Stroll, down the grid. Slower than most yesterday, so today they'll be starting from the bottom half of the grid. Will their hard work pay off today? Here we go. It's the Italian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
And away we go indeed. We're going to ride straight on board with Sebastian Vettel in P20. Lance Stroll's had a belting start off the line and using all that fresh new engine to get down into turn 1. Can he do anything? Let's have a look at the tyre strategies. A lot of guys on the medium compounder tyre. Lance Stroll cutting the corner there a little bit, it must be said. Sebastian Vettel forcing him wide. Our guys both sort of battling with each other. Sebastian Vettel has managed to get past Alexander Albon early doors. And I'm wondering now, can Sebastian Vettel chase after the guys in front of him? Meanwhile, at the front, we look at Carlos Sainz leading from Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc in third, Sergio Perez fourth. We have got a yellow flag in sector 2. Someone's run wide, and it looks like it was one of the Hasses, I believe. Nicholas Latifi's had a belting start. In fairness, on the soft compounder tyre, it was Guan Yu Zhou running wide on turn 5. Let's have a look at this. Not too bad, not too bad. It did hold up the McLaren as well, so might have helped us a little bit. Sebastian Vettel currently 8 tenths of a second behind Pierre Gasly. Needs to get a shift on, it must be said. He needs to be a little bit more aggressive early on in this race. Lance Stroll as well. Hanging on to the back of Sebastian Vettel, so it's all on Sebastian Vettel to catch up with Pierre Gasly. Meanwhile, at the front, like I said, Carlos Sainz is leading as they come through onto the start-finish straight. Max Verstappen going side by side with Carlos Sainz. We're going to ride on board with these guys here. He's also got Charles Leclerc closing in. It's 2 by 2. Red Bull and Ferrari down the start-finish straight, back into turn 1 on the start of lap 2. Can Max Verstappen get him into turn 1? Through the chicane, Max Verstappen, remember, managed to have that collision with Lewis Hamilton in real life a couple of years ago, and this still side by side, Max and Carlos Sainz. We broke away from our guys for the moment, but Max Verstappen really holding on here, trying to get the lead on lap 2 of this Italian Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc is not too far behind here. We're still with Max Verstappen, forces Carlos Sainz a little bit wide, and they are still going at it as they go through the 2 right-handers now. And Max Verstappen, job done. The Ferrari is actually defending from his teammate there. So lap 2, Max Verstappen leads. Our guys, work to do.
Let's have a look.
Lap 4, Sebastian Vettel making moves off the chicane and did fantastically well, and then managed to get past Pierre Gasly, and he's got Nicholas Latifi in his sights. He needs to clear Nicholas Latifi as quickly as possible and catch up to the Hasses, because we're at risk of becoming a little bit detached back here. But our guys seem to have decent pace so far. Yes, we enjoy the overtakes. We don't get many of them in the Aston Martin garage this season. It's been a tough first season. Enjoy the moments while you can, even on the Peroni 0% alcohol. Our guys obviously still very much enjoying it. Nicholas Latifi is just losing touch. He's going to be vulnerable to Sebastian Vettel in this straight. Can Sebastian Vettel get past him? We will ride on board with the former world champion, and Sebastian Vettel is through. past Nicholas Latifi, and now he can chase after his very good friend Mick Schumacher and hopefully catch up to the next fight. Very important for Lance Stroll to stick with this as well. Try and follow Pierre Gasly through. We will get past this Williams. We might do it on the next start-finish straight. We might manage to get them both here. Let's have a look, see if we can get this onto overtake and see if Lance Stroll can get past both of these here. We will ride on board with Lance Stroll as he gets a good run out of the final corner. He's got the ERS usage. He's down to 63%. DRS is open. Trying to attack Pierre Gasly. We are good through the slow corners as well. Into this first chicane. Can Lance Stroll make a move? He can't. But Sebastian Vettel has got some catching up to do now to Mick Schumacher. He's got to push and get up to him. Lap 5. Multiple cars crash. Now, we have a look at this. Sebastian Vettel did lose a couple of positions, but probably did it just at the right time. Sebastian got done. They both got DRS. He hadn't. Now, take a look into this first chicane, turn 1. Sebastian brakes, Pierre Gasly and Nicholas Latifi collide. Our two guys come off unscathed. Now, is this going to bring out a safety car? We could do it, just closing us back up to the pack. But Lance Stroll and Sebastian Vettel, 16th and 17th, both tempted to go onto the hard compounded tyre, but now running in clean air. Let's see what our guys can do here. Lap 8, and just to inform you of the team order, Sebastian Vettel has been told to let Lance Stroll pass. Lance Stroll is pitting earlier. He can use those medium compound tyres up more. He is on aggressive and pushing on the fuel, so hopefully Lance Stroll should be setting decent lap times, dragging Sebastian Vettel along, who's not having to push those tyres as much as we can see at the bottom. 83% for Lance Stroll, 85% for Sebastian Vettel. So all the idea now is to try and catch up to Kevin Magnussen and see where we go from there. Meanwhile, at the front, Carlos Sainz is leading from Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen and Perez. Lewis Hamilton on the back of the front lot as well, which we've not seen too much this season. But it is very much a big battle at the front between the Red Bull and Ferraris. And the Ferraris are battling themselves here, going into the final turn, into the Parabolica. Can either of the Red Bulls get past? We'll follow it until this start-finish straight on lap 8. Charles Leclerc goes inside line, Carlos Sainz on the outside, Max Verstappen inside line as well, and Perez. It's 2x2 Ferrari and Red Bull, and Lewis Hamilton hanging onto the back as well. As we come down to turn 1, the first chicane, Verstappen's past one Ferrari. Can he get past another? Max Verstappen late on the braking on the medium compounded side, has the inside line onto the second part of the chicane. Max Verstappen, double overtake, 2 Ferraris. Job done, and he will have the inside line going into turn 3 in a second. Max Verstappen leads lap 9. Lap 18, Nicholas Latifi running wide. Not really worthy of a highlight, but it has caused a bit of an issue for the AlphaTauri stuck behind it. Our guys, Lance Stroll's pushing, obviously. He's on the he's making an earlier pit stop and just dragging Sebastian Vettel along with him. Sebastian has been light on his tyres, so he can get a bit fresher soft compounded tyre when he goes onto that. So obviously Lance is not far off his pit stop strategy at the moment. Running down in P14 and P15. Can we expect much more than that this race? I'm not too sure at this moment in time. I've been impressed with how we've sort of managed this race. We have been a little bit more in control than we normally are. But yeah, it's definitely been a decent race so far. But lap 18, like I said, the soft compound runners starting to make their pit stops and the mediums won't be too far behind. Now, we have just gone into the pits just as there's been this crash, so let's have a look what happened. It looks like it's the guys at the front. It's Max Verstappen and Carlos Sainz. And that is a big crash. That's both of them possibly out. Is that going to bring out a safety car? It is going to bring out a safety car. Now, as things stand, Lance Stroll has just gone into the pits for his hard compounded tyre. Sebastian Vettel carries on. Let's see what everyone else does here. I mean, if we have a quick look round it, a lot of the guys on medium compounded tyre, it makes sense for us to bring Sebastian in this next lap, I believe. Or do we go for track position? We've got a bit of time to have a look at it. Lance Stroll comes out P16, superb stuff. That's gone really well for Lance Stroll, to be fair. Sebastian, is he going to get picked up by the safety car? The safety car isn't going to pick the front guys up for a little while. It may be worth bringing in Sebastian now and hopefully we can jump a few and go on to the hard compounder tyre. I think that's what we do. I think we bring in Sebastian now and we go on to the hard compounder tyre. We match the strategies with Lance and go from there.
Box, Sebastian.
We'll see how this one plays out and come back when we're back to green flag running. Right, Sebastian is in for hard compound tyre. We've seen a very speedy pit stop there. Now, where is he going to come out? Lance Stroll is just coming down the start-finish straight. Is he going to come out in front of him? He is just... I'm not sure what Lance Stroll's doing there. So now, hopefully, we'll all join up. Our guys get a little bit tangled up and we'll see where this brings us. But P13-14, other guys on medium compounded tyre, we've still got some cars to stop. There could be points today. Safety car is in this lap. Currently we sit 13th and 14th, both on the hard compounded tyres, both on standard. We can push on fuel and we should have plenty of time to overtake these guys. But Bottas, Ricciardo, Joe Norris, Magnussen, Mick Schumacher, all yet to pit. So what we've got there, 4, 5, 6 cars yet to pit. That puts us into the points. We can now have a look. Bottas is holding them all up at this moment in time. We'll get Lance Stroll to neutral. I'm not sure why he's not saved his battery. But Valtteri Bottas will get this Grand Prix restarted on green flag running. We can afford to push on the tyres a little bit more. Our tyres should come into their own towards the end of this Grand Prix, and we've got in front of us a very quick Mercedes, but then Esteban Ocon, and away we go, back to green flag running, and at the front, Valtteri Bottas and Danny Ricciardo are the front two, and then comes Guan Yu Zhou. None of these guys have pit as of yet. Meanwhile, at the back, Sebastian Vettel and Lance Stroll are the guys that we hope can get us some decent points. Magnussen and Mick Schumacher obviously didn't pit under the safety car. The guys at the back as well, Latifi and Gasly, didn't either. We've got to stay with these guys, stay in the DRS. If we manage that, we could be on for some points. Get excited, people. I know Sebastian is going to break my heart. I know he is. But currently on lap 29, we've just had Lando Norris pit, which is one of the guys at the front who didn't pit under the safety car. Then he's now back in P18. That promotes us to P12. Without sounding stupid, we're actually attacking the Mercedes in front. But take a look at this. We've got another 23 laps of this Grand Prix. George Russell's already on 84% worn tyres. Mick Schumacher's causing some issues. We need him to get out of the way, and we've got to get past him when George Russell does. We could do with him coming in and we can charge after George Russell. The guys in front, their tyres are wearing a lot quicker than ours. Lance Stroll just hanging onto the back of Sebastian Vettel. There's a lot to be positive about in this Grand Prix, but we really could do with getting past Mick Schumacher there, and we haven't. Sebastian is going to be told to use the overtake and not battle too much with Mick Schumacher here, which he has done, and now use overtake, get up to George Russell, stay in that DRS and get pulled along by that Mercedes. That's what we need to do. That's the dream, ladies and gents. That is the dream. Lap 30, big important move for Lance Stroll. Manages to get past Mick Schumacher. Lovely work. I've been very critical of my driver so far this season. I'm falling back in love with them both in this Grand Prix. It's been fantastic stuff so far. Lance Stroll, let's cut to the garage. We're not cutting to the garage. However, Mick Schumacher's now getting back past him. Fell out of love a little bit again. Meanwhile, in the pit lane, the next of the front runners come in. Guan Yu Zhou is in, Kevin Magnussen is in, Sebastian Vettel is up to P8, and he's attacking George Russell at this moment in time. Esteban Ocon could be got as well. We look at the guys in front. Alonso's on the hard compounded tyres, same as us. The guys here, medium compound tyres, are going to fall away, and us on the hard compound, this could be a massive result. Excuse me for getting excited, but my word, if you've watched this series so far, we're on episode 16. We can only dream, but Sebastian Vettel, please, please, please do not do anything stupid. Running in P8 and all over the back of the Mercedes. You did not expect to hear that today.
Taking a look again.
Lap 32, Sebastian Vettel has just overtaken the Mercedes of George Russell on the hard compounded tyre into turn 1, into the first chicane, done before the corner, and now he's going to chase after the Alpine. Oh my God, I'm just sat here with my... Just here, like these guys, I'm in disbelief. We're celebrating, I'm jumping up and down here at home. It's fantastic to watch on the pit wall. Sebastian Vettel doing a fantastic job. Lance Stroll is dropping back a bit, but that might not be the end of the world. He possibly could come strong later on, and he's just harvesting a bit of ERS at this moment in time. But Sebastian Vettel, Alonso's next up. He's on the hard compound tyre. I'm expecting these guys at the front to drop off a little bit towards the end. There could be more moves here. Meanwhile, at the front, Lewis Hamilton on the medium compound tyre has set the fastest lap and he's leading, but has got 21 more laps to do on that medium compound tyre. Who knows what could happen here? We bring you back on lap 35 for no other reason that I'm just enjoying watching Sebastian Vettel doing so well and being up there with this Mercedes and chasing him all the way around this beautiful Italian countryside. Meanwhile, Lewis Hamilton is fighting Sergio Perez at the front. Not helping these two pull away. Charles Leclerc is, what is he? Charles Leclerc is about a second behind, not quite in DRS. Alonso and Ocon are battling, which is not helping him because it's allowing George Russell to try and pull us up to the back. I reckon if we could pull up to the back of these two Alpines, we could possibly overtake him. And if we have a look at the tyre degradation, Sebastian Vettel coming on 82%, 10% better tyres than George Russell. We've still got around, what, 15, 18 laps to go? Esteban Ocon 68% and Sergio Perez has just taken the lead away from Lewis Hamilton. But Sebastian Vettel, I'd rather him stay behind, if I'm honest, at this moment in time. I'd rather him stay behind the Mercedes and just let him bring us up to him. But fair play to him, he's racing them. And he's actually, we just watched this move here, round the first chicane. Is he going to get away? He doesn't get a great exit. Lance Stroll, on the other hand, is battling with two Alpha Tauris, but doing okay. Again, both Alpha Tauris are on the medium compound tyre. Gasly's possibly going to pit. Albon, Williams could get their first point of the season, but I do back Lance Stroll to do this and get double points for us today. God, we just don't want no calamities now. I mean, these two are just trading places, but I'm never going to get bored of watching it. Sebastian Vettel overtaking the Mercedes again. It looks like the Alpines have decided to stop squabbling and actually try and cement P4 and 5 as a team. But Sebastian Vettel and Lance Stroll are both doing fantastically well here, both running in the points. Yes, my friends, absolutely loving it. P6, P8, yeah, Russell will probably get him on the start finish straight. We'll follow him round for a bit. He'll drag us along. Everything looking fine and dandy. The thing we're looking at mainly is the tyre wear area. George Russell 66%, Vettel 77, Lance Stroll 75, Pierre Gasly are about to drop off a cliff. Yuki Tsunoda 61%, the guys at the front 61, 62. 14 laps remaining. Sergio Perez leads from Lewis Hamilton. Lap 45, Pierre Gasly has pit. Alexander Albon is on for scoring his first points of the season and Williams' first point of the season. Lance Stroll very much locked in this battle with Yuki Tsunoda, whose tyres are only going to get worse. Meanwhile, Sebastian Vettel and George Russell are just battling it out for P6. It's been fantastic to watch all the way through. Last lap was a 1:26.5 from Sebastian Vettel, 1:25.9 for Ocon, 1:26.2 for Alpine. So they're managing to hold on. 2.6 seconds the gap between us and the Alpine in P6. But Lance Stroll, we might as well keep his eye on this. We'll ride on board with Lance Stroll. He is going to get DRS around the start finish straight. Here he goes. He's right up the gearbox of Yuki Tsunoda. And as we can see, he's going to open this DRS as soon as he gets to the line. On the threat, well, now the better race tyre in the hard compound tyre, less worn. And honestly, it's like driving, it's like cars normally drive past us. But that's fantastic. Where Lance Stroll back up to P8, 7 and 8, 6 and 8 is the positions that we feel is the maximum today for Aston Martin. Fernando Alonso has had a lock-up and that has dragged him right back into where we are. And now we can really look to push here. Sebastian Vettel, we've got 3 laps to go. Could he possibly get P5? He has got the fresher tyres out of everyone there. Alonso just slightly better, but he has obviously had that lock-up, probably got a flat spot on those tyres. Meanwhile, Lance Stroll, Valtteri Bottas seems to have caught him up, which is something I didn't expect to see. And Lance Stroll's also lost a place to Tsunoda. We don't want to suddenly drop out of the points. Lance Stroll, bit of work to do here in P10, but I'm sure he'll get Valtteri Bottas, 32% tyres. I'm sure he will do it, but we'll keep with it. Lance Stroll into the turn 1 chicane. Lap 51, he's back up to P8. He's on push for the fuel. He's on push the tyres now. Both our guys now pushing the tyres. Sebastian Vettel
Looks like Aston Martin
is really trying to overtake these two guys. It's not going to be easy overtaking George Russell in the Mercedes and the Fernando Alonso. But certainly he's going to give it everything he's got. And we have got ERS to use on the next couple of laps. It's all going to happen here. Meanwhile, at the front, another car has spun. We've had a spin. And that looks like it is. Who's dropping down? Guan Yu Zhou, maybe?
Did somebody spin
Yuki
out
Tsunoda's spun. That might help Lance Stroll. That's one less to worry about. Bottas's tyres must be cooked now. So Lance Stroll has only got Valtteri Bottas to worry about. And a very quick Alfa Romeo, it must be said.
Yeah.
Sebastian Vettel is the man. We're gonna stay with this now. We're gonna flick between the two. Sebastian Vettel coming on to the start-finish straight behind George Russell, behind Fernando Alonso. He is going to get DRS. Can he manage to overtake and get to P5? What a performance this would be. 2 more laps. Sebastian Vettel's coming like a train down the left-right-hand side. Can he make a move into turn 1? He can't. We might just have to balance the fuel 2 more laps, and then we're going to go absolute hell for leather on the last couple of laps. And push everything we've possibly got. Meanwhile, Valtteri Bottas on the tyres, which must be basically ready for a puncture, in the soft compounded tyre, he's managed to overtake Lance Stroll. Whether that just shows how slow we are. Danny Ricciardo's out of sight. That's not a problem at this moment in time. But Lance Stroll has got to try and get past Valtteri Bottas. He should manage it. I expect P8 for Lance Stroll, but Sebastian Vettel has got a bit more work to do here. And it must be said, the tyre temperatures aren't fantastic. I don't think we've probably been as competitive since we've moved to that. And if we have a look at the interval, look, 6/10 of a second, and now Alonso's caught Ocon. But this final lap is where it's going to be made, because if he can hang on to the back of George Russell onto this start-finish straight, this could be it. Lance Stroll's managed to get past Valtteri Bottas. That's fantastic. Right, Sebastian Vettel, it's deploy time.
Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a
And it's deploy time for Lance Stroll as well. Can Sebastian Vettel work miracles on this final lap? Who knows? There might even be a crash in front. We will stick with it. We'll go to the point of view of George Russell. Wow, Sebastian Vettel right up the back there of George Russell. He's battled with him all afternoon. He's got deploy on. He's looking left and right. Can he somehow get past George Russell in that Mercedes? He possibly could. Lance Stroll has managed to negotiate that DRS zone. Can he negotiate the rest? But Bottas on these tyres shouldn't be nowhere near us. Sebastian Vettel going for a moment. He's spun!
Let's have a look here. This was the Aston Martin.
He's gone for a move. And he's spun.
You can clearly see the contact there.
Has he managed to recover it? I cannot believe what I'm watching here. Sebastian Vettel. Has he managed to get back on the track? He has. He's got a broken front wing, I would suggest.
It's chaos on the track.
We're not bothered. We've got to just continue. P7, nothing is lost at this moment in time. Lance Stroll has pulled out 6/10 of a second. And Sebastian Vettel has got a 5-second time penalty. He's going to drop him out of the points. Or is it? It might not actually. We might be okay. We might be okay. Sebastian Vettel has managed to get past George Russell, and the frustrating thing is,
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race
if we'd have just managed it, we'll have to watch it. With minor front wing damage, he got past George Russell there. Fantastic work from Seb. Was he just a little bit over-eager? I know he's not had the car to really attack people this season. He's made his fair share of high-profile mistakes, and well-documented mistakes at that. Still enjoying it, our guys in the pit lane, but that 5-second grid penalty, where is that going to take him? It's going to take him just in front of Lance Stroll. Sergio Perez has won. We're not interested in Sergio Perez. We're interested in Lance Stroll, who has got to defend from this Alfa Romeo. Can he do it? Push to the line, my friend. Push, push, push. Can he hold off Valtteri Bottas as he comes round this final corner? Lance Stroll. Does it? Lance Stroll, P8, and it's going to be P7. It's going to be P7 for Sebastian Vettel. Ladies and gentlemen, you witnessed it here today on this Tuesday evening, Tuesday morning even, whenever you're watching it. You could be watching it on Christmas Day, but woof indeed, Lance Stroll. Double points for Aston Martin around Monza. Let's get to, and we're going to watch the cutscenes and everything because we did not expect this today. We did not expect this.
Sebastian Vettel sure knows how to show Formula One fans a good time. Great work. Today, Aston Martin demonstrated that they can go very far indeed.
That's right, they've made some fine strategic decisions here, and it's brilliant to see them pay off.
With the race wrapped up, the team is ranked in 9th in the constructor standings.
Meet us next at the Marina Bay Circuit for a breathtaking race through the streets of Singapore.
Well, people, I've got to say, we've had 16 episodes so far in this series, and that was the most enjoyable bit of, well, F1 management, gameplay on any sort of game for a long, long time. Absolutely amazing performance from Sebastian Vettel and Lance Stroll. We got the strategy bang on with the safety car. You could say we're a little bit lucky. I'm not going to take lucky. I think we deserve a lot of credit there. Sergio Perez wins. Lewis Hamilton comes in second, and Charles Leclerc completes the podium. Without the 5-second time penalty, we would have beaten a Mercedes today. We would have beaten a Mercedes. If we look at the driver's standings, Sebastian Vettel is now up to P13 in the driver's standings. I've been very critical of Sebastian Vettel so far in this series. I am not going to be critical tonight. And Lance Stroll scores 4 points. Fantastic work. Alexander Albon didn't manage to get a point, so Williams stay on 0 points. Aston Martin, we gained 10 points. We're now only 6 points behind Haas, and we've got upgrades coming. My word. If you've enjoyed that, and my God, I've enjoyed it, I'd like it myself. But please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on Thursday for when we go to Singapore. Low speed cornering. Our car's pretty good at that. See you later.